Okay, Massimo, you know I love my coffees.
Coming up, a deep dive into the art of making coffee, Italian style.
Welcome back. It is time to master the art of coffee Italian style with our very own master chef. Okay, Massimo, you know I love my coffee, so this one has me so excited. And who better to bring the Cafe Italiano than you?
That's right. I mean, and think about it. I mean, coffee is such a beautiful experience in Italy. And I hear that all the time when I'm in Italy, or even here, people that go to Italy, they love the coffee. Though for some reason, Italians have figured out a way to really produce the beautiful creamy espresso in a perfect way. You know, I mean, we are in love with coffee, and it's a masterful thing to prepare and to taste. I mean, it's such a pleasure for us. And today we have Lavazza. It's been around for 120 years. Lavazza coffee has been around for that long. Lavazza is in the 4th generation, privately owned, and they pride themselves in bringing you an excellent coffee. So we have some here that we can try, and we're going to be brewing some regular drip coffee, because a lot of people don't understand that you know, to make espresso and to make regular American style coffee, the drip coffee, is the same bean.
Let's talk about the different sort of roasts there are out there, because there's probably a difference between the dark roast, a light roast, a medium roast. Maybe you can help explain that.
Well, you know, light roast, you start off with beans of a certain flavor, aromatics, you know what I mean, whether they're dry fruit or whatever, and you roast them to a light texture. So this will enhance the fruitiness and the aroma of the coffee, and it will make a coffee that is not light in a sense that is like water, but you know, it still has a beautiful composition, a beautiful body, but the flavor is a lot lighter, less acidity and less bitterness. The dark roast is using beans in a similar fashion, but roasting them a lot longer, so that you will extract a lot more of that darkness flavor, the deep flavors of the fruit and the aromas that you need to have a beautiful dark cup of coffee. The medium is what it says, in between the two. So one has to really try out a lot of the coffees and see which aroma one prefers for the coffee to enjoy. Lavazza has carefully selected all of the beans from a variety of sources for the different varieties of roast coffee that they have.
There is such a complexity to the coffee, almost like wine, another one of my favorite things. So with reference to the notes and the flavors. So I'm just wondering, Mas, do you lose any of that richness and complexity when it comes to ground coffee?
It's best always to have perhaps a whole bean and keep it in a dry, cool place. Apparently not in a freezer. Something that I've recently learned, and I used to do that, but you buy a whole bean and you maintain it in a dry, cool place, dark, and you grind it as you need it. Apparently, it makes the coffee a little bit better. Pre-ground is also good. I mean, not everybody can own a grinder or whatever, but, you know, buying smaller quantities is a lot better, so you can use it and consume it faster.
Give us some tips on how to make the perfect espresso.
Okay, the process is very simple. You need a grinder, first of all, unless you are able to buy pre-ground coffee, which if you buy pre-ground, Lavazza has a full line of beautiful pre-ground coffees in your local supermarket, perfectly fine. But if you have a grinder, buy your coffee bean, and we are using Qualità Oro. To make espresso, you need a very fine grind. You have to figure out what level of acidity and bitterness you like in your coffee, because all of the ground actually makes a difference in the taste. Now, we are going to start off with a drip coffee. So the coffee is relatively coarse because it takes a lot longer for this coffee to brew. The hot water goes through it, the water falls onto the coffee grind, and it slowly drips down. That's why it's called drip coffee. The French press will be totally different because you just press it down into the coffee. Espresso means quick. we don't sit down to drink coffee in Italy. You know that, right? Okay.
There's no time for that. Just get your coffee and go.
No time. That's right. Okay, coffee is starting to brew right away. In the meantime, I'm going to make an espresso. I'm using the Qualità Oro as well. This machine also does the pressing, which is the tamping. And the tamping needs to be done gentle but firm. So you have to give it a good push, but don't over squeeze it, because if you over squeeze it, then the coffee will not come out and it will extract all the bitterness and it will burn it and it will not taste good. Now, we set it up, we just brew it. The nice crema is coming out, as you can see. There you go. Done. Now, that is an Italian-style espresso. So quick coffee brewed right before your eyes, and you drink it quicker than you can say boo.
Listen, Massimo, I have a beautiful dessert here prepared by you, I might add.
Oh, yes.
A gorgeous tiramisu, and it's paired with my coffee. Let's talk a little bit about this pairing. Like, why is this the perfect pairing, my dessert with my coffee?
Coffee and tiramisu go together so well. Is a marriage made in heaven.
Thank